Hello, welcome to Lemon Studios, where we talk anything and everything entertainment. I'm, of course, Lemon himself, Zeke Lemon, and this is my review for the season finale of Daredevil Born Again. But before we get into that, let's get the house clean out of the way. Shall I am to leave a like, comment below, let me know your thoughts on Daredevil Born Again, and of course, hit that subscribe button as it helps me grow into my YouTube career. I will greatly appreciate it. Now, all that out of the way, let's get into the review, shall we? So, we are officially at the end. Another Marvel show is over. Marvel has gotten a lot better with their shows lately. I think this show in particular has really risen its way up to one of the top tiers of it when it first ended. And I did my immediate reaction on TikTok. Follow me at Lemon Reviews. I was saying, oh yeah, this is up there with Loki and WandaVision. Now that I've had some time to really sit with it, I do believe it's up there. Like, it's in tier 1 for sure. But I don't know if I have it on the podium. I have to really sit down and think about the shows. Like, I know Loki and WandaVision are gold and silver for sure. But that bronze, I don't know, Daredevil could be competing for it. But I don't know if I would necessarily put it in there because I did love this finale. And especially, after how I felt the previous 2 weeks where my confidence within them was starting to get a little bit shot because I just think, Muse was a good finale villain. I'm not going to keep harping on that. I have now moved on from it. But just in case if you haven't seen my last 2 weeks episode, that's how I was feeling. And the fact to go back to Bullseye, it just kind of really irked me. Like, it was cool to see him. I wanted to see Bullseye again, but I really do feel like we could have really dug into that in season 2. And we are. And then I was like, well, I really don't want Daredevil and Kingpin to fight. I want that to be the series finale. I want it to be, maybe they can have a scuffle in season 2, but I don't need to necessarily see it now. I just really feel like we're rushing. Oh my God, we are. And this just goes back into that case of you just gotta wait and watch. You can't just be knee-jerk reaction and be so reactionary to every single week. You gotta let the story play out, which is something I usually tell myself and the other viewers that do watch my channel. But this one got me pretty good to be pretty reactionary, which I also think shows to the quality of the show and how invested I am within it. Yes, we had 3 seasons of the Netflix show to really, to help me get to there already, but I do think season 1 of Born Again alone, even if I didn't watch the first 3 seasons of the Netflix show, I think I still would get this invested in it. They really did knock it out of the park, especially with these final 2 episodes. This episode to me was so good, it retroactively made me like last week's episode quite a bit, which I did like. I was just still going through some things personally. But, everything that we did here, the 1 year back with Bullseye and Vanessa, explaining why she wants to do the hit on him. Karen coming back. That was really cool to see. Punisher and Daredevil having a scene together with the brutality of the action all the way through, with Punisher really bringing the punishment. Kill, kill, kill. And the way that he was killing them, just so entire brutal and visceral. The cameras was really good. And then how they're fighting with each other. Oh yeah, well, you're a problem. And then as soon as they're both in trouble, okay, let's lock in, save each other, jump out of the building. Really, really good stuff all the way through from that. And then the conversations with Karen and Daredevil, Karen and Punisher. This episode really made me remember the Netflix show quite a bit, which I do, hopefully we do just move on from. And when we get to the next season, okay, let's stop comparing it to Netflix. Let's just keep the show as it is moving forward and just be glad that we are still getting Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock. We're still getting, I do not remember the actress who plays Karen, but we are getting Karen back. We are getting John Bernthal as Punisher. We are getting Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin. That we can just accept that, and then we could just accept for what it is. Because I do still think Disney Plus did very well. It's just these last 2 episodes and then episode 1, who have the same writer and director, who are mainly controlling in season 2. It just really gets you excited for it. A lot of people were saying, this was part 1 to part 2. And for the most part, part 1 of a story, and that will be completed in season 2. Probably, but I would say overall, really, just because with everything that was happening behind the scenes, I would say this is more of a prologue until we get to our real story when we get to season 2, because now they know what they want to do. They know how they want to execute it, and now that we get a full season under these guys, oh man, I just really do think we're into something special with here. And also with everything that we ended up on, New York now is in martial law. There's an 8 o'clock curfew. Kingpin is now running with an iron fist. He is truly Mayor Kingpin. He is not Mayor Fist. Him and Vanessa are in great terms. Daredevil's getting a team. Yeah, sure, it's kind of, I was just like, really? That's your team? And they have no idea who you are? Like, and I really need McDuffie to figure it out. Like, I don't want to go through it again, what Foggy went through with Matt, or even, his girlfriend, Heather. Even his girlfriend, I want her to find out, even though she's siding with Fisk. That's going to be really interesting to see. But with Karen back now, I would assume Heather and him probably don't make it past episode 1 of season 2, especially with her working for the mayor. I just don't see how Matt just stays with her after that. But I do need them to find out. I get it. His whole thing is the secret identity. It's understandable. I understand that. But I've already gone through it with 2 other people from the previous show. I just don't need to go through it again. To me, personally, I don't. But yeah, I loved this season finale. I thought it was really good. I think the whole show was really good. I had a really good time with it. My only problem with this, really, and it was nothing really the show can do to control it, is that where were the other heroes in New York? Like, I know we got that shot with, Fisk and with the Fiskes while they were going to their dinner with the other vigilantes out there, Punisher's there after he had his confrontation with the other Punishers. He goes, "We worship you." He goes, "You have no idea what I go through. You do not understand what I stand for whatsoever." And he's locked up, and Swordsman's there, but some of the bigger names were definitely out there too. Kamala, we got explanation from episode 5. She's in Jersey. She's on a trip, right? I think she either went on a trip to Jersey or, no, her family lives in Jersey. She went on a trip to California. So she's not there. So that makes sense. Kate Bishop, well, I guess Kate was also in California too. But, the main guy, Spider-Man, I didn't need to see a silhouette of a guy swinging by any means. I did not need to see Tom Holland whatsoever. I understand he is movies only, and that's okay. I just need it on the radios from the task force going, the Spiders on 34th and 2nd, or however the street names in New York work. And that would be like, okay, well, at least I know he's out there, because I get it. New York's really big. He's probably dealing with some other parts of it. And it'll probably be explained in Brand New Day by any means. But I really do think, you should have brought him up, especially when you brought him up in episode 2, that he's one of the reasons why Fisk wants to get this law going for the vigilantes. But besides that, again, I think it was really hitting on all cylinders. I liked everything that we did. Again, only criticism is something that they can't fully control, and it's also a criticism that I hate to make, because it always makes me roll my eyes when, it goes, well, where was Captain America? Where was Hulk? Where was all this? Like, the show's called Daredevil. We don't need the other heroes. We were just focused on Daredevil. But it is very jarring when you do bring up other heroes, such as Spider-Man, and then when it gets blackout, city is looting like crazy, crime has spiked, and there's no mention of the Spider whatsoever. It's a little jarring to me. But yeah, really excited for season 2. Really, really looking forward to it. I need it now. To me, very good prologue. I really do think this season overall was a good prologue. Hopefully we get more to connective tissue throughout the episodes, as opposed to it kind of feels like an episode of the week, which again, I didn't fully mind either. Just a little more threading all the way through instead of just completing everything within that one episode. But what did you think about it down in the comment section? Let me know your thoughts. Leave a like if you made it this far within the review. I do greatly appreciate it. And hit that subscribe button, as I am trying to grow into my YouTube career. And until next time, guys, I'll see you here at Lemon Studios.